Hi Sagis, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Sagittarius Tarot and another daily reading. I hope you are enjoying a beautiful weekend. Let us see today's reading. Wow. Okay. So we start this reading with the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords talks about, first of all, we see this blindfolded figure and wrapped and in between swords. And, swords represents thoughts and ideas. And as much as the road ahead is clear, the person here cannot be able to see that it's clear that one of the swords is actually not in the way anymore. The ground is murky, which shows confusion. And the castle is literally in the opposite direction. So even the person is not even looking to that direction. And so with this Eight of Swords card, the energy today might feel a little bit restrictive. Like you may be feeling restricted by your circumstances, right? Because circumstances are part of the mental realm, because circumstances, as much as they're real, like our attitude toward them or our perspective towards them, happens in the mind. And so no matter what the circumstances are, sometimes by changing your perspective or by changing how you look at things or by changing how you approach a subject or your attitude toward it or how you see it or how it let it affect you, whatever, it can make a whole difference. And so that's why, I see you a little bit restricted by your circumstances, but that is not a dead end. And the number 8, anyhow, represents like transformation and, realizing something and for something dying, for something else to, be born in place of it. And so that is why this card inherently, it holds the power of the number 8. And so it's here to tell you that even though you might feel restricted today by circumstances or whenever you do watch this reading, remember that you are not seeing clearly, right? Whenever you do remove that blindfold, or whenever you do have that download, or whenever you do decide to look at things from a different perspective, or whenever you stop acting from a place that is making you feel restricted, whenever you start to look at these circumstances as opportunities to do something differently, then you will be able to, release yourself and no longer feel, that much restricted. Okay. Now let's see, what do we get with it? Oh, beautiful. Okay. And so we get with it number 9. It's the 9 of Swords in reverse. And the 9 of Swords, whenever it is like this, it shows you that you're consumed by your thoughts and you're anxious and you're not sleeping and, nightmares and all of that. But when it's reversed, it's great news because it talks about an improved outlook, right? As if the nightmare is over and you're slowly waking up from it. That time whenever you do wake up from an actual sleeping time and dream time, there's these couple of seconds where you're still realizing that you're waking up, but at the same time the dream is so fresh it sort of still feels real. And so it's that transition phase that I see you here within it, as if you're waking up from a bad dream. So it's going to take a while for you to, find your footing again, and then for your mood to kick in, and for coffee to kick in, and for your day to start, and all of that, right? It's going to take a little bit of while, but it is happening, right? You are waking up from that nightmare. You are no longer allowing your circumstances to restrict you. You are releasing yourself. And therefore, you're going to have an improved outlook on everything. Very nice. Don't forget that number 9 too is your number. It's Jupiter. It is the 9th house. It is long-term travels, like higher education, philosophy, spirituality, and all that. And it is also a number that usually announces the end of something. And so you are at the end of a cycle. Nine of Swords is like you are at the end of this, right? This is the end of it. And that is why you are slowly waking up from that state and that energy. And now number 9 also, it holds a great power of influence, because, you know, number 9, because it is the last number in numerology, it sort of like takes some of the powers behind, or energy behind, the number previous to it, which is number 8 in this case, and it sort of boosts it. So 8, because it's transformation, it's also influence and being influential. So with number 9, we see this like being boosted. And so how I see this being applied in your life, I feel that whatever you were going through this, it sort of gave you a fresh new perspective, or a fresh new way of looking at things, or fresh way of doing things. And so, you know, once you start showing up in the world and doing what you have to do, you're gonna feel like two directions here. First of all, you're gonna feel like your choices, your actions are going to have a lot of influence upon your life. And so hence you're no longer feeling restricted, you are creating your own path. And at the same time, you're gonna prove to be influential, because a lot of people are going to be looking up to you and thinking like, wow, like how this person is, you know, leading the way they lead, or how are you doing the things you're doing, or whatever. And so you're going to influence them positively. And that is amazing. I like it. All right. I'm going to set these to the side, and I'm going to start drinking the first deck. Now, before I started your reading, I meditated a little bit, and I had this image in my mind that you are literally running naked into the ocean. And so for some, this might be, I don't know, awkward, or this could not be something they would choose to do. Regardless what it is, for me, it's sort of like a symbolism of being free, you know, of losing the last restrictions or inhibition, like a piece of clothing, and just running into the ocean and just being one with the ocean, which represents feelings. And so there is this feeling of being liberated. And also, like, this is the energy of Pisces. So I don't know which planets, I'm sure there's going to be like planets, and there are planets in Pisces right now. And so there's like this, and also we're like in Pisces season. How can I forget? So there's a lot of this Pisces energy. You know, that's like the last dip, because as we are about to start Aries season soon, this was literally like the last toe dipping into the Pisces world. And with that, I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit of wisdom nugget by telling you that you really, like, whatever you were going through, Saggies, in the last month or so, really gave you or made you feel that as much as you are in this world, sometimes you felt that you were not of this world. And this is because of the Pisces energy, because it is that energy that's dreamy, it is that energy that's in between worlds, it is that energy that, you know, puts you in touch with your very, very high spiritual order. So you really felt like you're literally a very high spiritual being, and as if literally you do not belong to this earth, although you are in it, and as if you come from somewhere else, and as if you yearn constantly to sort of like merge with that place again. And so there's that, you know, open dreams and energy flowing through you always. And I think if you can somehow articulate that into your life and be brave enough to start a conversation that matters when it comes to that, regardless of what you have learned, whether you have spiritual lessons to share or wisdom or anything else, go for it. All right, now let's see what to expect. And what you should be expecting, you know, in terms of energy to unfold soon. And that is the Queen of Water in reverse. And the Queen of Water in reverse talks about an energy that can be a little bit selfish, meaning whatever you are coming out of, right? Whatever you are coming out of, left you feeling like a little bit banged up emotionally and a little bit drained. So you're gonna, you know, it's normal that you're gonna have certain energy alignments that will allow you to be a little bit selfish and replenish that cup of yours. You know, do certain whims, follow certain passions, take some me time, indulge in guilty pleasures, whatever it is something just to fill your own cup, you know, before you're able to be nurturing again. So it's sort of like you want to be nurtured. You want to be nurtured. And also with the Queen of Water in reverse as energy, yeah, you're going to expect, like, it is sort of like expected that you will be feeling a little bit drained, you know, coming out of all of that. And so, yeah, that can only seem normal. Now let's see what is the energy that will be a little bit unexpected for you. It is the King of Cups in reverse. It's the same suit, just different decks. And it's also in reverse. And so you see, the unexpected, though, is that as much as you might feel that you have control or have lid on certain emotions of yours, or you master them, and that you're the calm in the middle of all the storm and all that, something's gonna happen where it's just gonna, you know, you're gonna have a strong reaction to it, let's just say, or it's gonna create within you a strong reaction that you never expected. And yeah, that'll be interesting. We're gonna look more further into this to see what this is all about. Let us see the theme regarding all of this. Be the light, White Witch. Yeah. So that is a very like hopeful message, giving all of that. And so I think like this is talking about to be the light, you gotta find your light. And so you're bound after all that because you're coming out of a swords energy that was heavy, right? You're coming out of feeling restricted by your circumstances, and you're coming out a little bit with this improved outlook here. And so then you get, all this energy of, you know, being a little bit drained emotionally and wanting to be nurtured instead of nurturing, and wanting to act a little bit selfish, and also not understanding why certain things are creating certain reactions that you thought, you know, you're past that or whatever. But it's all because you're trying to find the light again and be the light for you and for everyone else. We're gonna look further into all of this. Before we clarify, we're gonna continue with this and see what you should be doing given all that. The Magician. Yeah. This is the perfect card in reply to that energy, the restricted by circumstance energy. Because with the Magician, what you need to do is you need to start creating magic. You have all the tools, you have the wands, you have the coins, you have the swords, you have the cups, you have the emotions at your disposal, the emotional energy at your disposal, you have your creative and sexual energy at your disposal, you have your material energy at your disposal, and you have your mental energy at your disposal. And you know, with all these hands and everything, you are literally juggling all that. All you need to do is just to put it in action. And with the Magician, that's like, it is upright. This is really talking about, like, you know, there's nothing stopping you from creating the magic. You have all the ingredients. This is the right time. This is it. You gotta start creating magic. And this is also like a major arcana. So this is saying that, like, you know, whether you want to do it or not, like, you're gonna put in a situation where it's just, you know, you're just gonna feel it's coming out of you. You're doing that, all right? That's for sure. Now let's see what you shouldn't be doing. And maybe whatever you do here with the Magician, right, it's gonna fill your cup again, and then you're gonna become nurturing instead of nurtured. So it's like that first act of magic is going to nurture you in order to become the Queen of Water again. Let's see what you shouldn't be doing. Be honest with yourself. Look into your heart and you will know the truth of the situation. It's safe to admit the truth for yourself, for we will support you and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires and they'll come to you upon angel's wings. And so for me, the fact that this came in the what not to do position, I think this is not a time to quote unquote be honest with yourself. In what sense though? You are in the middle of transitioning and changing and creating magic and doing all of this, and you are stepping out of a phase of your life where you're feeling restricted by your circumstances, and the improved outlook, you know, it keeps on improving. So if you thought you're being honest with yourself right now, or you're pondering into what you're feeling right now and admitting your truth and all of these things, it's gonna come from a place right now that sort of belongs to the past, because as you mutate and as you do all of this magic, you're gonna be somewhere else, and it's better to wait until then in order to, you know, ponder again. You've been pondering enough, you've been navel gazing enough, you've been thinking enough. This is more of a time of doing with the Magician, without, you know, less swords, less cups. And since this is talking about, like, you know, truth and heart, I think this is why it came in the position of what not to do, because, you know, if you keep on doing this, and if you keep on admitting truth and following your truth and following your heart and all of these things, it's only going to lead you to that, to, you know, having crisis, having a meltdown, having burnout emotionally, getting angry for no reason, getting antsy, all of that. And it's only because you're way too much in your feelings. You need to start doing, my dear Saggy. Let's see, what can you do that will make you happy and that you need to do more of if you were doing it, and if not, to do it, because it's really going to, you know, bring the light. See, doing is the Three of Pentacles. And so I think this is talking about mastering a craft. So and sometimes teaming up as well. So to be the light, you have to, here, this is talking about something that you already do. So it's a skill or a talent that you already, apply in your life, whether this is you write, you create, you design, you draw, you sing, you perform, you hike, you do sports, you teach, I don't know, anything, right? This is saying that you need to double down on that, like fall in love again with that. And also by doing that thing, it's going to awaken more passion in you and awaken more light. Like it's sort of going to ground you and put you in another sphere. Let's say, because maybe you've been like sucked into this vortex of feelings and thoughts and all of that. And so to snap out of it, maybe you're going to start working or doing something that, let's say, you enjoy doing, and all of a sudden it's going to feel like you're being productive or whatever, and then you're going to snap out of that energy, and all of a sudden now you're feeling like, oh wow, I'm no longer feeling restricted by my circumstances, I'm no longer feeling like a nightmare, I'm no longer feeling like drained emotionally, and I'm no longer feeling not in control of my emotions. All of a sudden I feel better, my mind is calmer, and that's what this is going to be doing for you. Also, this is talking about teaming up and bringing the light to other people. There's this triptych aspect here, 3-3, because you have the 3 of Pentacles here and the 3 dudes here. And then you also see here you have the butterfly, the woman, and the owl. And so that's 3. And also the funny part is that that had the pentacle sign on it, and then you get the 3 pentacles sign. And for me, 3 and 4, that's stability. And so this is going to, create something stable for you. Very, 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 very nice. I love this a lot, so much for you, Sagittarius. It is time for you to start doing. I love you. Thank you for watching my video till the end. Thank you for clicking the like button. Thank you for leaving your comments. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for subscribing. If you didn't already, please do by clicking the subscribe button. I love you so, so much. Stay blessed, aligned, and connected. Let us do this. Less pondering, less thinking, less emotions, more actions, more magic, more creation. Let's get busy, Saggies. I love you.